In this consumeristic, capitalistic, post-enlightenment modernity, corporate-supported, intersectional feminist utopia,
I am a
Fox
white
progressive
lesbian
dragon,
trapped in a black man's
freedom-worshipping
body.
liberal,
I'm
where
6
everyone
months
preaches
pregnant.
express yourself. But the moment I draw him, I would be labeled as anti. To remain compatible with Western civilization, we must embrace the secret New World orders, capitalism, democracy, and of course their overpriced gadgets. So today let's unpack how does this thin sheet of glass actually knows you're poking it. Intro in 3 seconds.
Touchscreens make zero sense. Throw some sand in your furnace and boom.
Okay, but seriously, how does this glass brick know my finger just went left instead of right? It's not like it's running a French revolution every time I swipe. Liberty, equality, capitalism. Down with capitalism, reject capitalism, okay? Just don't forget to buy the Deluxe capitalist approved edition first.
Yeah, it's for the homeless.
I don't know. To understand this, we have to go back in time. Okay, not that far, bro. And in the following years, some named E.A. Johnson said, and no cab invented a piece of tech ahead of its time. The first hand-driven touchscreen. Now, it was primarily used for air radar air traffic control. And ever since, touchscreens been in the globe era. Excuse me. Why doesn't the sound break like that? And ever since, touchscreens been in the globe era. So you can doom scroll. So beneath we got 4 layers. First, on the top we got Gorilla Glass. But what are they made up of? We take some pure silica sand and toss it into a furnace. What do we get? Glass. Made just like him.
Oh my
So
God,
scientists toughen it up with some chemical processes and call it Gorilla Glass because apparently naming it slightly stronger wasn't cool enough. What's the process now? But look at the brighter side. Now we got Gorilla Glass. In the United States,
high housing costs, low wages, and many other factors has resulted in a significant increase in the homeless population. To combat this growing problem, the United States government came up with an ingenious solution. First, they gave $5 billion to Israel.
Hell no, man.
underneath this screen, we got 2 transparent layers coated with ITO. Why ITO? Because Kendrick Lamar said hip hop is both see-through and conductive, like metal, just like a cartoon fans who will look at you dead in the eyes like this and tell you that this shit is good music. Or like a band when it announces a world tour. Separated by an insulating layer, the top layer has side-by-side ITO lines called X-grid. The bottom layer has vertical ITO lines. They are arranged perpendicular to each other. Now at every point where the X and Y grids intersect, tiny energy bucket, a capacitor is created, just like the Tiller, the creator fans. Now these grids are hooked up with the phone touch controller chip. The chip is connected to the phone batteries. Send tiny pulses of the voltage into the grid. If the chip is connected one pit to the negative side of the battery, electrons flows into it, and because there is an insulator, they can move. The opposite plate reacts by building a positive charge or vice versa, and boom, that's a capacitor. Now when your finger touches the screen, it messes up with the electric field. Why? Because your body is hella squishy. In simple language, it steals a tiny bit of energy from that point. Weird to think my touchscreen feels me back. The screen now senses a drop in capacitance down to XY coordinate. Like some charges disappear at row 53 in column 182. Saving the planet one soggy straw at a time while the sky is basically a CO2 rave. By the way, who else is ready for the boss? I'll know within 4 years. Just speed up, bro. It's already 6 minutes. But wait, how does it scan all those points? Those tiny pulses we talked about? Yeah, they weren't random. The chip sent them systematically across the grid. The controller pulses on one row and senses all column. Any touch changes the charge, mapping your touch in just 5 to 10 milliseconds.
Ever since I left the city, you. In 2019, a virus named Coma was.
Speaking of Drake, I always wondered what if Drake met his younger self. Imagine that. Now you're not just touching glass, you are actually staring at a display right behind it. Kind of like people who stare at you with a straight face and claim, bro, I'm not a poser. Meanwhile, it's playlist. Now after this, a 10-second page bit is mandatory. I should probably bookmark where I left. Zoom in super close, you will find a screen built from red, green and blue pixels. Why? Because these three colors can make any color. Each one works like a dimmer. Now, want yellow? Turn on red and green. Want white? Blast all three at max. Basically the BTS community farming cute compliments. Protect them at all costs. Bro, that's a grown man, man. That's a grown man.
500 cigarettes.
Now stack up million of these RGB dots across the screen and bam.
I'm sorry, don't leave me. I need you here.
They said flying cars. Flying cars, listen.